Hello YouTube, this is Axis 0096 with another timeline covering video. I know I did one earlier on the 5 colonies and the Universal Century timeline. This time I hope to do one on the After Colony timeline by popular demand and expand on some stuff in After Colony. As it just so happens, I'm in the middle of building this guy, Wing from Gundam Wing, Gundam Death Scythe from the Endless Waltz variations, so you'll have to bear with me. It'll be a while till I can review him. Anyways, on to the After Colony timeline. The following timeline of After Colony history is an attempt to synthesize the various official and semi-official Gundam Wing histories. It combines previously published info, capsule summaries of the Endless Waltz, and Episode 0 derived flashbacks. And after Colony 001, several nations established permanent space colonies in Earth orbit. This is the first year of the After Colony era. In AC 20, After Colonies can be AC, just so people know. AC 20, the colony AO-206 is constructed at Lagrange 5. This colony will later become home to the fierce and mighty Long Clan when they were exiled from Earth by their fearful government. Endless Waltz novelization, Episode 0. After Colony 022, space colony construction begins at Lagrange Point 1. Due to unexpected severe conditions and strange new diseases, construction is greatly delayed. After Colony 050, nations begin withdrawing from space until the countries of the Middle East, leaving the oil industry and looking for a new enterprise to invest in, join the Colony Project. Colony construction begins at the other Lagrangian points. After Colony 070, due to the scarcity of resources and limited supplies from Earth, disputes break out at each Lagrange point. The Middle Eastern nations intercede and negotiate an end to the conflicts. After Colony 087, the colony VO-8744 is constructed at Lagrange Point 2. Endless Waltz novelization, Episode 0. After Colony 102, an Island 2 colony is complete at Lagrange 1. With the success achieved, the Colony Project goes on to construct population centers composed of multiple colonies, popularly known as colony clusters. On Earth, international disputes continue to escalate. Civilians flee the conflict by emigrating to the colonies, and soon 15% of the human population is living in space. After Colony 130, with Earth's territorial lines redrawn, the conflicts die down. In spring of that year, twin princesses, Katrina and Sabrina Peacecraft of the Silent Kingdom, are born. Frozen Teardrop, I believe, the novelization. After Colony 133, in the process of negotiating a lasting peace between the warring nations, the United Earthsphere Alliance is established. In order to keep the peace and deal with nations that oppose the New World Government, the Alliance forces are formed. One of the Alliance's key financial supporters is the military industrial combine called the Rummefeller Foundation. After Colony 139, the colony autonomous government is established. After Colony 140, one by one, Earth's nations join the Alliance. As their mother countries grow, the colonies also enrolled, willing or not. The colonies are critical of the Alliance and its intentions, and the Alliance decides to respond with force in order to silence its critics. After Colony 145, the 19-year-old Hiro Yui, not our Hiro Yui. Remember, this is the politician, not the assassin Odin Lowe Jr. 2. By the way, super spoilers for this video. Becomes the personal tutor of 15-year-old Katrina Peacecraft. Frozen Teardrop. A diplomatic envoy from Earth is attacked by unknown assailants at the L1 colony grouping. Sabrina Peacecraft, who was attached to the envoy, survives the attack but was presumed killed. J. Null, who would later be known as Dr. J, develops Wyvern, the first mobile suit to be equipped with the Zero system. It's a shame we don't have any photographic evidence of the Wyvern. Probably an ancestor of Wing Zero. After Colony 147, in the name of peace and justice, the Alliance invokes the authority of its member nations to forcibly seize control of the colonies. After Colony 149, the Alliance Assembly transfers control of previously independent colonies to the mother countries that originally constructed and settled them. These nations then kindle a new colony immigration boom. After Colony 150, the colonists favoring autonomy become increasingly dissatisfied with Alliance control. After Colony 165, in order to peacefully oppose the Alliance, the citizens of the colonies elect Hiroyui as their representative. His charismatic leadership strengthens the solidarity between the colonies. After Colony 170, colony leader Hiroyui's policies of demilitarization and nonviolence are well received by many of Earth's nations. After Colony 173, Oz, a subsidiary of the Rockefeller Foundation, begins development of humanoid mobile suit weapons known as mobile suits. So in this timeline, 22 years before Gundam Wing, the first mobile suits show up. That's kind of unheard of in Gundam, really. It's very early that mobile suits show up. After Colony 174, Hiroyui, the colony leader, makes a goodwill tour of Earth's nations, laying the groundwork for colonial independence. After Colony 175, scientists Dr. J, Professor G, Instructor H, Master O, and Howard complete the first combat-ready mobile suit. This prototype Leo would be later known as the Tall Geese. After Colony 175, April 7th, colony leader Hiroyui is assassinated by Odin Lowe, a sniper affiliated with UESA United Special Operations Squad, the predecessor of Oz. The leaderless colonies are thrown into chaos, and the Alliance plans a second military intervention. In reaction to the assassination, the Tall Geese developers quit the mobile suit project and disappear. The Rockefeller Foundation's Oz subsidiary becomes a secret society. After Colony 176, Rockefeller's Foundation, Oz, begins mass production of a scaled-down version of the Leo, of the mobile suit, known as the Leo of the Tall Geese, and begins development of the Targos, a medium-range artillery support mobile suit. Encyclopedia of Gundam Wing. The Alliance forms its first mobile suit force, the Special Mobile Suit Corps, or Specials. The Specials, made up of Rockefeller Foundation employees, are essentially a front for the secret Oz Society. Under the pretext of suppressing the colony's chaos, the Alliance again sends in the military. Mobile suits are first used in combat. All colonies are placed under military supervision, and communications between the colonies is prohibited to prevent future collaboration. Miliardo Peacecraft, aka Zex Marquise, is born. After Colony 177, April, the mass production of Ares, an aerial combat mobile suit, begins. Or as I like to call it, flying targets. Let's face it, by the end of Gundam Wing, the Ares is little more than a target with wings. After Colony 180, Dr. J, Dr. G, Dr. S, Instructor H, and Master O design the Wing Gundam Zero. Oz discovers their whereabouts and they are forced to end their collaboration, split up, and go underground. Oz continues the development of the Zodiac series of mobile suits, which eventually includes the Targos, Ares, Pisces, and Cancer. Encyclopedia of Gundam Wing is the source. Katra Rababa Winter is born. His mother dies immediately after giving birth to him. Endless Waltz, novelization, episode 0. Relena Peacecraft is born after Colony 180, April 8th. meaning that Zex is, I believe, a good deal older than her. Good grief. Yeah. Zex is 4 years older than his sister. Makes sense. After Colony 182, the Alliance decides to stage a military intervention in the Saint Kingdom, an advocate of Hiroyui-style total pacifism. The capital falls in one day. King Peacecraft is killed. Princess Relena is adopted by his trusted aide Dorlin, while Prince Miliardo's whereabouts are unknown. Conflict breaks out in the Middle East, in the Eastern Europe. The Bloom family's wagon is caught in the crossfire between Alliance forces and rebels. Catherine Bloom, age 4, survives, but her parents and her baby brother Triton are believed to be killed. Catherine is taken in by her parents' circus troupe. It should be noted, this is when Troa is separated from his sister, Catherine. They do later confirm that Triton or Titus is his brother and sister. Yeah. After Colony 186, autumn, Cadets Zex Marquise and LV Onagel mysteriously vanish during a battle at the Marius plant, Frozen Teardrop. A virus breaks out, and after Colony 187 at L2VO8744 colony, a cure is developed, but it is not provided to the poor and less desirable colonists. Cowards. Endless Waltz novelization. After Colony 188, revolts break out in many colonies and are ruthlessly crushed by the Alliance. At L3AX1899, which is still a year away from completion, Cans leads an uprising. He and his followers steal 8 Alliance mobile suits and attack Alliance military installations. Brigadier General Septim, the ranking Alliance officer of the colony, permits Specials Officer Trace Cushranada and 3 of his cadets, including the 12-year-old Lucrezia Noin, to join the battle. I find it funny that she's 12 years old and piloting a military piece of hardware. Most regulation military in the present day are 18 years or older. Something must have drastically happened to allow a 12-year-old to pilot a mobile suit. Assassin Odin Lowe and his young ward arrive at X1899. Lowe's last assignment is to eliminate Septim, but the assignment turns out to be a trap orchestrated by Dakin Barton, who kills Lowe. Odin Lowe's ward destroys the military installations on the base and is recruited by Dr. J. Dakin Barton fakes his own death and goes into hiding. Officially, he was killed during the uprising. Another uprising takes place at L2VO8744. Rebels seize the Maxwell Church. 245 people are killed in the Maxwell Church massacre. Episode 0. I highly recommend fans seek out that book. At AO 206, Master O, Chang Wufei's tutor, disappears from the Chang family's home. Dakin Barton commissions him and his 4 fellow scientists to develop an advanced mobile suit, a Gundam for the resistance scheme known as Operation Meteor. Endless Waltz novelization. After Colony 189, X18999 scheduled year of completion. Marimea Barton is born here. Her mother is Lisa Leia Barton, and her father's identity is unknown. Zex Marquise and Lucrezia Noin graduate from the Specials Lake Victoria Academy with the highest and second highest marks in the Academy history, respectively. After Colony 190, on Earth, a nameless 10-year-old boy fights against the Alliance as part of a team of mercenary pilots, mobile suit pilots. His team is wiped out in a failed ambush. Its location betrayed by an Alliance spy. The spy is revealed to be a girl named Mitty Un. Now, it's unknown if Mitty is related to Lady Un. I have a strong suspicion Mitty may in fact be Lady Un's name. Just a hunch. There's no mention of her using another alias, but it could be her. That's just the side note for that. After Colony 191, at X18999, Leia Barton dies of an illness. X191, April 8th. Terrorists steal Ares mobile suits prototypes from the Alliance's JAP Point base. General Catalonia, commander of the Specials, and leader of the Secret Oz Society at the time, dispatches Trace, age 19, and Zex, age 15, to quash the rebellion. A terrorist captures 11-year-old Relina Dorlin, daughter of the Alliance's Vice Foreign Minister for Foreign Affairs, and holds her hostage. She is rescued by her brother, Zex. This is their first meeting in many years, but of course, he hides his identity from her. After Colony 192, Howard and Professor G, both members of the salvage organization known as the Sweeper Group, complete the huge spaceship Peace Million and hide it on the lunar surface. Howard then goes to work on a salvage barge on Earth, while Professor G and his Sweeper cohorts remain in space. On a return trip, the Sweepers discover a stowaway and bring him before Professor G. The stowaway gives his name as Duo Maxwell. Gundam pilot of Unit 2, Death Scythe, the very unit I'm putting together right now, surprisingly. After Colony 193, Trace Kushranada becomes leader of the secret society Oz and commander of the Specials. A shuttle carrying Catra Rababa Winner is hijacked by a gang of renegades known as the Magwanok Corps. He saves Magwanok leader Rashid from a traitor and fights off Alliance forces to guard their escape, winning the Magwanok Corps' eternal respect and gratitude. The Magwanok Corps escort the rescued workers to Earth, while Catra brings Instructor H home back with him. After Colony 195, Specials ace Zex Marquise receives the first 2-rank promotion in the organization's history and acquires the nickname Lightning Count, or Lightning Baron. Dr. J is given his ward. The boy, later codenamed Hiro, an extensive course of training to prepare him for Operation Meteor. Endless Waltz novelization, and the OVA. The Alliance condemns the aging colony AO-206. Rather than attempt to resettle its inhabitants, the fierce Long Clan, General Sipton orders that they be wiped out with biological weapons. The Specials' attack is repulsed, and the Alliance's biological weapons are destroyed. Alliance official officer Sally Poe reports the mission was successful, ensuring that AO-206 will be left alone in the future. And now we arrive after Colony 195. At each colony cluster, anti-Alliance rebels prepare for Operation Meteor, planned by Dakin Barton and coordinated by Cans. The plan involves dropping a space colony on Earth to create a climatic catastrophe and global chaos. Then 5 super advanced mobile suits, the Gundams, will be sent to Earth to quickly seize control of the planet. The space colonists will thus become the rulers of the entire human race. At least this is the initial plan. As fans know of the original series, things go very awry. Beginning at the L3 colony cluster, the Gundam designated Gundam Heavy Arms and its pilot, Troa Barton, the real Troa, realize that Dr. S and his aides are trying to subvert his father's plans. When he threatens to rat them out to Dakin, he is shot and killed. A nameless mercenary, one of the mechanics working on the Heavy Arms, volunteers to take Troa's place and assume his name and identity. Aboard a Sweepers group ship, Duo attempts to blow up the Gundam Death Scythe and thus derail the operation, but finds that Professor G has defused his bombs. Professor G urges Duo to steal the Death Scythe, telling him to go to Earth and there join forces with Howard. At L4, Catra, Rababa Winter, and Instructor H have completed the construction of Gundam Sandrock. As the final instructions for Operation Meteor arrive, Instructor H smashes the display and tells Catra to do as his own conscience wants. Do as his conscience dictates. And finally, at L5-0206, Cheng Wufei likewise rebels, realizing that Long Ziling plans to drop the ramshackle colony as part of the operation and disproving of the planned mass destruction. He takes off for Earth with the Shenlong Gundam to fight for justice. I'm going to very briefly. Operation Meteor begins, apparently ahead of schedule, after Colony 195, April 7th. 5 Gundams descend to Earth and begin attacking Alliance military bases and factories. Their goal is to cripple the organization Oz. Then, after Colony 195, May 5th, the Gundams attack an Alliance meeting place at New Edwards. The Alliance's military leaders that had been there have that very day begun to discuss disarmament and make peace with the colonies are killed. Oz then discards its specialist cover and launches Operation Daybreak, overwhelming the Alliance's terrestrial forces and seizing control of the Earth. After Colony 195, September, Treize resigns as leader of Oz under pressure from Romefeller. Oz splits into Romefeller and the Treize factions. The Foundation launches Operation Nova, dropping massive quantities of mobile dolls on Earth to eliminate the Treize faction and any other resistance. And then, of course, the Eve Wars begin. After Colony 195, December 25th, or Christmas Eve. The Eve Wars begin. White Fang, a movement fighting for the independence of the space colonies, led by Kans and the Ernstwald Zex Marquis and the World Nation, the Romefeller Foundation's world government, now led by Treize Kushranada, begin a massive battle. Treize is killed in battle, and the World Nation surrenders. White Fang's last gambit, an attempt to drop the space fortress Libra on Earth, is foiled, and Zex is defeated in his Gundam Epion by Wing Gundam Zero and Hiro Yui, and disappears. Representatives of the space colonies make peace with the world nation, and the Earthsphere Unified Nation is established in its place. Okay, I'm going to go a little further. I'm almost done, I swear. After Colony 196, Hiro Yui, piloting the Wing Gundam Zero, destroys an orbital beam cannon before it could attack Earth. Relina Dorlan secretly visits the supposedly deceased Dr. J, Gundam Evolve, and Frozen Teardrop. I guess it confirms J Null is alive. After Colony 196, December 25th, for Endless Waltz, Dakin Barton returns in order to carry out the original Operation Meteor. As the L3 colony X18999 neared completion, Dakin revealed to the people of Earth the leader he had set up for the coming ages, Marimea Kushranada, is the daughter of Treize Kushranada. During this time, Marimea made a speech to the Earthsphere declaring the independence of X18999, while simultaneously declaring war on the Earthsphere Unified Nation. From the resource satellite MO3, Dakin told the newly resurfaced Zex Marquis of his intention of dropping X18999 onto Earth. Ironically, the colony drop was foiled by 3 Gundam pilots who were originally meant to restore order to the chaos created by the destruction of X18999 and the original Operation Battle Plan. Zex destroys MO3, but not before Dakin Barton escapes in a shuttle. Marimea's forces occupy Brussels, the Insun capital, establishing Barton family control. However, Zex, Noin, and the Gundam pilots engage Marimea's forces, guarding the presidential residence. They disable most of the mobile suits without harming their pilots before being outnumbered and cornered. However, Wing Zero appears and fires its twin Buster rifles at the presidential shelter, breaking through all its defensive layers. Dakim, believing that he is still not defeated, calls to Manimea to rise up as leader of the Earthsphere. Manimea complies, only to be slapped by Relena, still the best part of that movie, bringing her to her senses. Dakim refuses to let her brainwash her granddaughter and shoots Relena. However, Manimea takes the shot for her and falls to the floor. Dakim, unconcerned, as he can always make another puppet, but before he can take another shot, he was killed by a soldier loyal to Trace, who apologized to Trace for betraying his ideals, ending the Manimea Rebellion. After Colony 197, early spring, Duo, Catra, Wufei, and Troa destroy their Gundam. Zex and Noin lead the Preventers to begin the terraformation process of Mars. Lady Un takes Manimea to visit Trace's grave. Duo returns to a colony with Hildy. Troa rejoins the circus with Catra. Rejoins the circus with Catherine. Catra takes full control of his father's company and helps finish the construction of 1899 with the Magonaut Corps. Relena Dorland considers a run for the Ensign presidency. All mobile suits, including the Gundams, are destroyed and never seen again. Well, we know that's a myth. After Colony 197, April 7th and 9th, St. Kingdom Castle is taken over during Relena's birthday party. Preventer moves to regather the Gundam pilots as a counter-strike team. Dick Snuff Noinham forces Relena Dorland to activate the Triple P virus. Setting herself as the target, Relena Dorland is severely injured in the incident. Preventer 5, Frozen Teardrop. After Colony 197, late April, in order to prevent the activation of Triple P via her death, Relena enters cryosleep in the Little Prince capsule. Hiro Yui soon follows her in the Sleeping Beauty capsule, setting the stage, and I wish they would novelize it, for Gundam Wing Frozen Teardrop. And that pretty much covers the gist of the After Colony timeline, at least according to Gundam Wicca. There's probably some things I haven't covered, but I'm pretty certain that's it. Yeah. Anyways, what did you all think? Quite a few spoilers and such, but I like it. It's not. It was the first timeline that started me in Gundam. Anyways, this was a request by a couple of people. I hope you guys like it, and I will be covering other Gundam timelines and mythoses soon. Anyways, look forward also to my review of Gundam Death Scythe. Anyways, fans, this has been Axis 0096 saying, hope you enjoyed the show, and trying to think of a good one. Oh, it's too heavy, fool.